Hello friends, welcome to Defense IAS Academy. Today we are going to cover on world geography, a few multiple choice questions that can be asked for the prelims of the UPSC. Now, if you ask me if world geography is important for UPSC prelims, I would say it is important because almost every year 5 to 6 questions have been asked from this section, and the geography will be even useful when for your UPSC personality test, where they can ask you about the local geography of your hometown, like the soil, vegetation, minerals, etc. So definitely geography is a scoring subject in terms of the UPSC exams. So come on, let's look at on the multiple choice questions here. Like we are presenting almost 100 MCQs that has been frequently asked in the world geography session. So let's start. So first question, which of the following countries does not share its border with Black Sea? Which of the following countries does not share its border with Black Sea? Answer to the question is option C, Belarus. The Black Sea is an inland sea located between far southeastern Europe and far western edges of the continent of Asia and the country of Turkey. So it's bordered by Turkey and Bulgaria, Romania, Ukraine, Russia, and Georgia. So you can see that it is located between far southeastern Europe and far western edges of the continent of Asia. So it mainly covers or is bordered by Turkey, Bulgaria, Romania, Ukraine, Russia, and Georgia. So the the answer that is not correct in the options given are Belarus, because Georgia, Bulgaria, and Turkey definitely share a border with Black Sea. What is the index of refraction for perfect vacuum? So the answer is option B, 1. The light can change its speed and the direction when it goes through different materials, and all materials that transmit light have a property called index of refraction. So what is index of refraction? It is a ratio between the speed of light in a medium to the speed of light in a vacuum. That is like it measures the way the light bends and travels between different mediums, like from one medium to another medium. So you can say that if you formalize it, like if you have to define it with a formula, you can say that refractive index is N is equal to CV, C divided by V. Let me take the pen. You can say that the refractive index N is equal to C divided by V, where N is the refractive index and C is the velocity of light in vacuum, and V is the velocity of light in a substance. So the ratio between velocity of light in vacuum to the velocity of light in a substance or a medium is called as the refractive index N. It is denoted by refractive index is denoted by N. So the index of refraction for an perfect vacuum is 1, and for air it is 1.0003, and for water is 1.33, for various kinds of glasses it's 1.5, and for Diameter is 2.42. The light travels more slowly through higher index of refraction materials than the lower ones. Which of the following is the major element in the earth crust? Answer is option B, oxygen. Oxygen is the important element in the Earth's crust. Oxygen is the major element in the Earth crust, followed by silicon, aluminum, iron, calcium, sodium, potassium, magnesium, and other elements. The capital of which among the following countries is called Krung Thep Mahanakon in local language? So, the capital of which among the following countries is called Krung Thep Mahanakon in local language? The answer is option B, Thailand. So, Thailand's capital is called as Krung Thep Mahanakon in its local language. The capital of Thailand is Bangkok. The Bangkok is called as this name is called as Krung Thep Mahanakon. So please keep in mind, capital of Thailand is Bangkok, and what is it called in its local language? Which of the following company owns or uses the virtual hard disk VHD format for virtual PC? The answer to the question is option B, Microsoft. Virtual hard disk VHD is a disk image file format for storing the complete contents of a hard drive, and it is developed by Microsoft. At which among the following places the first summit of SARC has taken place? So SARC was the first summit of SARC was taken place at which place? The answer is option C, Dhaka. Option C, Dhaka is the correct answer. SARC is regional intergovernmental organization and geopolitical union in South Asia. It promotes development of economical and regional integration. The member countries of SARC are Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Maldives, Nepal, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and Afghanistan. That's joined in 2007. The first SARC summit was held in Dhaka, which is in Bangladesh. And in which year was it held? It was held in the year December 1985. Which among the following tides, as they are called, from the surf and winds? The answer is option B, riptides. Riptides are strong channel of water flowing seaward from near the shore, typically through the surf line. They are again caused by the winds and not related to the tides. Where on the earth is located the Sirohi Point? So where is Sirohi Point located? Answer is option D, Antarctica. It is located in Antarctica. Giriraj Singh Sirohi was the first Indian to set foot on Antarctica as part of the research team of United States Antarctica Research Program. So he was the first person to set foot in Antarctica or go to Antarctica as part of the research team called the United States Antarctic Research Program. He had researched in biology at the McMurdo station in the year 1960-61 for around 100 days at the sub-zero temperatures, and the point was named after him by the US government later. So the point is named after Giriraj Singh Sirohi as the Sirohi Point, and he researched there on biology for about 100 days in sub-zero temperatures. On which among the following dates Earth may be on perihelion, that is closest to Sun? Another terminology to keep in mind is aphelion, where the Earth is aphelion, where the Earth is far away from the Sun. So the answer to perihelion is option A, January 4. Option A, January 4. That is the date on which the Earth is very closest to the Sun. And the aphelion date is July 4th, where the Earth is farthest to the Sun. So these two dates, January 4 where it is close to Sun, and July 4th where it is far away from Sun. It's in terms of Earth, but different planets have different points that becomes closest to the Earth and farthest to the Earth. So the aphelion and perihelion for the planets may change, but the January 4 as a perihelion and July 4 as aphelion is related to our Earth. Question 10. Which among the following gas is abundant on atmosphere of Earth? Mars. Which among the following gas is abundant in the atmosphere of Mars? The answer is option A, carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is more in the atmosphere of Mars. The Curiosity rover sent by NASA, which landed on Mars on August 6, 2012, with the aim to explore the red planet, has confirmed that its air is made mostly of carbon dioxide with hints of other gases. Question 11. Pebble transport by rivers, sand drift over desert surfaces, soil blowing over fields are examples of which of the following phenomena? The answer is option B, saltation. Pebble transport by rivers, sand drift over desert surfaces, soil blowing over fields, etc. are examples of saltation. Saltation is a type of particle transport by fluids such as wind or water. Next question. Which among the following is an area of evergreen forest? Which among the following is an area of evergreen forest? The answer is option C, Southeast Asia. Option C is the correct answer. The Southeastern Asia. The Southeast Asia is the evergreen forest area. They have evergreen trees and have a high rainfall as well. This is because they are located near to the equator. There is no dry season in this area. Question 13. A person who is pulling a bucket filled with water falls behind with the sudden break of the rope. Which of the following laws of Newton come into action? The answer is option C, third law. Third law comes into action. The Newton's third law states that for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. So a person pulling a bucket filled with the water falls behind with sudden break in rope, as it is a reaction force for the action of breaking of the rope. In which of the following oceans world's largest island is located? The answer is option B, Arctic. Greenland is the world's largest island and it is located in the Arctic Ocean. So here two things you can keep in mind. Greenland is the world's largest island is Greenland, and where it is located in the Arctic Ocean. Though Australia is an island, it is considered as a continent. Okay, though Australia is like an island, but it is considered as a continent. So Greenland is the world's largest island. The Expedition 21 or the expedition series of NASA are related to which of the following? The answer to this question is option C, long crew flight to the International Space Station. That is option C. The Expedition 21 expedition series of NASA, it is related to the long crew flight to the International Space Station. The Expedition 21 was an 21st long duration mission to the International Space Station. Okay, so That is about the expedition 21. This expedition 21, it began on the year 30th October 2009 and ended on 1st December 2009. This expedition was headed by Frank D. Winnie, and he was the first astronaut to command the space station for the expedition 21. Rabat is located in which of the following countries? The answer is option C, Morocco. Rabat is the capital of Morocco. It is along the shores of the Bordeaux River and the Atlantic Ocean. It is also known as the Islamic and French colonial heritage, including the Kashbah of the Udayas. The Kashbah of the Udayas. Next question. Chena cultivation is common in which of the following countries? The answer is option B, Sri Lanka. Chena cultivation is common in Sri Lanka. It is also known as shifting agriculture. This is the most primitive type of agriculture known to man from the dawn of civilization. Next question. Which of the following is also known as Van Diemen's Land? Which of the following is also known as Van Diemen's Land? Answer is option A, Tasmania. The Tasmania is also known as Van Diemen's Land. The Van Diemen's Land was the original name used by the Europeans for the island of Tasmania, part of Australia. The name was changed from Van Diemen's Land to Tasmania in the year 1856. So the name change was done to Tasmania in 1856. Next question. The red tides which are found in the marine coastal areas such as the fluoride red tide that occurs in the Gulf of Mexico is considered to be responsible for bioaccumulation and making local filter feeding organisms such as mussels and oysters toxic, due to which of the following the red tides occur? So the answer is option B, algae. Red tide is common name for algal blooms. It is a large concentration of aquatic microorganisms such as the protozoans and the unicellular algae, example the dinoflagellates and the diatoms. The upwelling of nutrients from the seafloor following massive storms provides the algae and triggers bloom events. Which among the following is the new name of Pluto? The answer is option A, 134340. Pluto has been given a new name to reflect its new status and as a dwarf planet. The ninth planet was assigned the asteroid number 134340 by the Minor Planet Center (MPC), the official organization which is responsible for collecting data about the asteroids and comets in our solar system. Next question. The astronomical unit AU is an unit of length equal to about dash. The answer is option B, 150 million kilometers. An astronomical unit AU is the average distance between the Earth and the Sun. One astronomical unit AU is the unit of length equal to 150 million kilometers. 22. Which among the following is the new name of Pluto? The question is being repeated. Which among the following is the new name of Pluto? The answer is 134340. It was the ninth planet. Now it's like removed from the list of nine list, like from the ninth place of the planet list, and it is given an asteroid number 134340 by MPC. New Horizons spacecraft was launched by NASA to study which of the following planet? The answer is option B, Pluto. The New Horizons was launched by from the Cape Canaveral Air Force Station uh, to study the surface of the moon. It was the fastest man-made object ever launched from the Earth. So it was launched from the Cape Canaveral Air Force Station, and it was the fastest man-made object that ever launched from the Earth, and its duty was to, or the aim was to study the surface of the moon. So the name of the aircraft spacecraft is called New Horizons, to study the surface of the Earth. It also studied the about the planet Pluto. Question 24. Which is the term used for countries that consist of an archipelago? Archipelago. The answer to the question is option B, archipelagic state. The island countries that consist of an archipelago are termed as an archipelagic state. Some of the major archipelagic states are Bahamas, Fiji, Indonesia, Papua New Guinea, and the Philippines. So the term used for countries that consist of an archipelago is called as archipelagic state. Now, what is the archipelago? So archipelago is called as it can be explained as an island group or an island chain, or a cluster or collection of islands. Sometimes a sea containing a small number of scattered islands is also called as archipelago. So the states that have the the archipelago the islands that has the archipelago is termed as the archipelagic states. So these states are Bahamas, Fiji, Indonesia, Papua New Guinea, and the Philippines. Which of the following archipelago is located in Indian Ocean? So which is located in Indian Ocean? The answer to the question is option D, Maldive Island. The Maldive Island is located in the Indian Ocean, and they are comprising Republic of Maldives and the island of Minicoy in the Union Territory of Lakshadweep. So as we discussed in the last question, archipelago is a group of or a chain of islands. It is a group of chain of islands that are like clustered together. So here you can say the Maldive Islands are located in the Indian Ocean, and they comprise the Republic of Maldives and the island of Minicoy together. So it's like a cluster, and since it's called as the archipelago, which is located in the Indian Ocean. Question 26. The Amazon Reef is located in which ocean? The Amazon Reef is located in which ocean? The answer is option C, Atlantic Ocean. The Amazon Reef is located in the Atlantic Ocean off the coast of French Guiana and Brazil. It is the coral and the sponge reef system. It happens to be one of the largest known reef systems in the world. Next question, Rama Setu or the Rama Bridge is located in which Gulf? So the answer is option D, Gulf of Mannar. Rama Setu or the Adams Bridge is a chain of limestone shoals of the southeastern coast of Tamil Nadu. The Rama Setu separates the Gulf of Mannar from the Palk Strait. It is located Pamban Island and the Mannar Island. Isthmus of Karelian is situated in which country? Isthmus of Karelian is situated in which country? The answer is option A, Russia. The Isthmus of Karelian is situated in the northwestern Russia to the north of the river Neva. It separates the Gulf of Finland from the Lake Ladoga. It is approximately 45 to 110 kilometer wide stretch of land. Which isthmus connects the toe of Italy to the rest of the Italian peninsula? So, which isthmus connect the toe of Italy to the rest of the Italian peninsula? So, what's an isthmus? An isthmus is a narrow strip of land that connects two larger land masses and separates two bodies of water. So, it is a narrow strip of land that connects two larger land masses and separates two bodies of water. So, here the question is, which isthmus connects the toe of Italy to the rest of the Italian peninsula? The answer to the question is option B, Isthmus of Catanzaro. Catanzaro. The Isthmus of Catanzaro, which is also called as the Saddle of Catanzaro, connects the toe of Italy to the rest of the Italian peninsula. The isthmus separates the Ionian Sea and the Tyrrhenian Sea, while it is crossed by two rivers, Amato and Corrèze. Southern Patagonian ice field is located in which continent? The answer is option B, South America. The southern Patagonian ice field is located in the continent of South America. It lies between Chile and Argentina at the southern Patagonic Andes. Also, it is the world's second largest contiguous extrapolar ice field. Which among the following landform is also called as a sand sea, dune sea and sand sheet? So I'll repeat the question. Which among the following landform is also known as sand sea, dune sand and sand sheet? The answer to the question is option A, Erg. Erg is a flat and broad area of desert covered with a wind-swept sand. It has no or little vegetation. It is also called a sand sea, dune sea and sand sheet. Which of the following is an erosion landform of desert? The answer is option D, erg. Erg is a flat and a broad area of the desert covered with a wind-swept sand with a little or no vegetation. It is an erosion landform of the desert. It's an erosion landform of the desert. Which among the following xeric landform is a deep-shaped valley formed by erosion? Which among the following xeric landform is a deep-shaped valley formed by erosion? The answer is option C, gulch. Gulch is ceramic landform. It is a deep-shaped valley formed by erosion. It is usually larger than the gully. Next question. Which among the following statements are correct among pediment? Which is correct among the pediment? Coalescence of pediments over a large area results in a pediplane. Second one, it is typically a it is typically a concave surface gently sloping away from mountainous desert areas. Select the correct code from the options given below. The answer is option C, both 1 and 2. It says that both 1 and 2 given in the question are correct. The pediment is a gently sloping inclined bedrock surface and caused due to erosion. It's an concave it is a concave surface gently sloping away from the mountain areas. The coalescence of pediments over large are results in a pediplane. Question 35. Which erosional landform is called as castle copy? The answer to the question is option C, Thor. Thors are erosional landforms, also referred to as castle copy by the geomorphologist. It is a freestanding rock outcrop rising abruptly from the surrounding gentle slope. Question 36. Which among the following statements are correct about the fluvial terraces? The fluvial terraces are elongated terraces that flank the sides of floodplains and fluvial valleys. They lie at right angles to and above the river channel and its floodplain. The answer is A, option A, only one. That is, as you can see in the figure, it shows a fluvial terrace. You can see that they are elongated terraces which are found along the sides of the floodplains and the flood valleys. They lie parallel to and above the river channel and its floodplain. Now next, which among the following is the world's tallest above water waterfall? World's tallest above water waterfall. So the answer to the question is option A, Angel Falls. Angel Falls, which is in Peninsula, it is the tallest above water waterfall. Please give attention to this word, the tallest above water. It is above water waterfall in the world, which is around 979 meters, and the most widest waterfall is Niagara, and the most widest and the most powerful waterfall in the North America is Niagara. Question 38. What are landforms formed from the dissolution of the soluble rocks called? The answer is option D, karst landforms. Karst is a type of landscape where the dissolving of bedrock has created sinkholes or sinking streams, caves, springs, and other characteristic features. Can be either one, can be a sinkhole, it can be an cave, it can be a spring. So that's that kind of landform where the erosion or the dissolving of the it's not erosion, it's the dissolving of the bedrock which creates a formation is called the karst landform. It is associated with mostly the soluble rocks such as limestone, marbles, and gypsum. You can see in the figure where there is there is a karst landscape formation from the erosion from again I'm using erosion from the dissolving of soluble rocks like limestone, marble, and gypsum. Next question, which among the following statements are correct about the Mogotes? 1. It is a fluvial landform. 2. A group of Mogotes along a ridge are called as pepinos. And third, Mogotes are rounded tower shaped. The answer is option B, only 2 and 3. Only 2 and 3 about the Mogotes are correct. Karst landforms are type of topography that formed due to the dissolution of the limestone, dolomite, gypsum, or something like that. And Mogote is a kind of karst landform, and it is an isolated steep-sided residual hill which is composed of either limestone, dolomite, or marble. They have a rounded tower-like form, and a group of Mogotes along a ridge are called pepinos. So, a group of Mogotes along a ridge are called pepinos. Question 40. Which among the following is not associated with a sinkhole? The answer is option D, Mogote. The Mogote is kind of a karst landform. So, what is a karst landform? It is a type of landform that is formed due to the dissolution of soluble rocks like limestone, dolomite, and gypsum. So, Mogote can be told as a steep-sided residual hill kind of a thing. So, it is a hill kind of thing which has limestone, dolomite, or maybe marble. You can see in the picture, the picture that is in the rightmost side is the Mogote. You can say correctly see a hill kind of a formation which can be of limestone, dolomite, or marble. Now, sinkhole is exactly the opposite thing. Sinkhole can be also called as a swirlet, a doline, a cenote, or a swallow hole. It is a depression into the ground which is caused by a surface layer. So, it is exactly opposite things. Mogote is a hill kind of a thing and a sinkhole is a depression kind of a thing. So, sinkhole is definitely not associated with Mogote. So, next question. Which among the following volcanoes is not included in the Mediterranean belt? The answer to the question is option A, Cotopaxi. The Cotopaxi which is in Andes. It's actually a part of the Circum-Pacific belt. Now, what is the Circum-Pacific belt? It is the belt, this belt is also called as Ring of Fire. It is a path along the Pacific Ocean that has the highest amount of active volcanoes and frequent earthquakes. So, the geologists on their studies have found that a high number of earthquakes and active volcanoes occur around this Pacific Ocean basin, mainly around the Ring of Fire area. It's also called as the Circum-Pacific belt. You can say that about 3/4 of all the active volcanoes in the world lie within this Pacific rim. So, totally, if you say as a number, you can say that it has 452 volcanoes. That is more than 75% of the world's active and dormant volcanoes. So, the answer to the question which volcano is not a part of Mediterranean belt is Cotopaxi, which is part of the Circum-Pacific belt. Next question. What are rhombus shaped features in the deserts called? What are the rhombus shaped features in the desert called? Answer is option B, Dracanther. Dracanther are large rocks in the deserts which after getting eroded look like rib-like marks. Their shape is like a rhombus and are also called as ventifacts. Next question, which among the following statement is correct about ergs? An erg is a broad and flat area of desert covered with wind-swept sand with little or no vegetative cover. Second is ergs are also found on other celestial bodies such as Venus, Mars, and Saturn's moon Titan. Select the correct code from the options given below. The answer is option C, both 1 and 2. Both 1 and 2 are correct. Erg is a flat and broad area of desert covered with wind-swept sand. It has little or no vegetation. It can be also called as a sand sea, a dune sea, or a sand sheet. They are also found in the Venus, Mars, and Saturn's moon Titan. Question 44. Which among the following pairs of terraces are correctly matched? The fluvial terraces, which are remnants of the former floodplain of a stream of river. The Kame terraces, which represents the former shoreline of a sea or ocean. 3 structural terraces, which are terraces created by the differential erosion of flat-lying or nearly flat-lying layered strata. Select the correct code from the options given below. The answer is option B, only 1 and 3. Only 1 and 3 are correct in the above question. Terraces are step-like landforms. They are actually erosional landforms. That means they have evolved after erosion of either dissoluble materials or the rocks. So, terraces comes as a erosional landforms. The Kame terraces are formed at the side of a glacial valley. They are deposits of meltwater streams. Okay, so in the above question only the Kame terraces was wrong. So the correct answer for Kame terraces is that it is a step-like formation in the glacial valley, and they are deposits of meltwater streams. So the fluvial terraces and the structural terraces are correctly matched in the question. Next question 45. Which among the following statements is or are correct about the central peak crater? The statements are: 1. It is the most basic form of complex crater. 2. They can occur in impact craters due to meteorites as well as due to volcanism. Select the correct quote from the options given below. The answer is option C, both 1 and 2. An complex crater is an impact landform that is formed due to the collision of a large astronomical object leading to a considerable impact. They are a type of large impact crater morphology. The central peak craters, they are the most basic form of a complex craters. They generally occur in impact craters due to meteorites as well as sometimes due to the volcanism. Next question 46. Which among the following landforms are created by collision of two astronomical objects? So, collision of two astronomical objects leads to which type of landform? The answer is option C, impact landform. Impact landforms are formed due to collision of two astronomical objects with measurable effects. As discussed in the earlier question 45, there you have the crater which can be called as an impact landform. Next question 47. What is a fertile area in a desert or semi-desert environment called? So the answer is option A, oasis. Oasis is a fertile area in a semi-desert or a desert environment. They provide habitats for plants and animals in the desert. The word oasis actually means it's a dwelling place. So where it provides a habitat for the plants and animals, it is actually called as a fertile area in the desert environment. Next question, what landform is created by running water eroding sharply into the soil? The answer is option D, gully. It is a landform that is created by running water eroding sharply into soil. They resemble ditches or small valleys. Hill slopes are more prone to formation of the gullies. Next question, what landform is created by the eruption of mud, water and slurries? The answer is option B, mud volcano. Mud volcano or mud dome, as shown in the figure, it is a landform that is created by eruption of mud, water, slurries and gases. They do not produce lava and are not driven by an magmatic activity. So this is just a landform that is created due to the eruption of mud, water and slurries or gases. Next question, the Manhattan Island is located in which among the following countries? The answer is option C, United States. The Manhattan Island is located on the banks of the river Hudson in the New York City of United States. Question 51. Which among the following landforms is or associated with the extraterrestrial impacts? These options are ejecta blanket, 2 crater lake, 3 erg and 4 is central peak. The answer is option B, only 1, 2 and 4. That is ejecta blanket, crater lake and central peak are associated with the extraterrestrial objects. So an impact landform is associated with the collision of an extraterrestrial object. The figure that is shown in the right hand side, it shows an extraterrestrial impact structure where you can see a huge depression that is formed due to the collision. So the examples of such extraterrestrial impacts include the central peak, the crater lake, ejecta blanket, complex crater, etc. While erg, you can see it is an the formation which have the formation that that is created due to the accumulation of sand due to the wind. The left hand side picture shows the which among the following statements are correct about Kalanke? A Kalanke is a steep sided valley formed within karstic region either by fluvial erosion or the collapse of the roof of a cave that has been subsequently partially submerged by a rise in sea level. Second statement is soil is almost non-existent in Kalanke. Select the correct code from the options given below. The answer is option C, both 1 and 2. Both 1 and 2 about Kalanke is true, and you can see a picture of Kalanke that's shown. Actually, Kalange is part of a karstic region. So, what is a karst topography? It is formed as a result of the dissolution of soluble rocks like limestone, dolomite, and gypsum, which is it's like made up of. And Kalange is a karstic region, which is a steep-sided valley that is formed due to the fluvial erosion or due to the collapse of a roof of a cave. So, Kalanke are a special type of ecosystem as the soil is non-existent in the Kalanke. Next question, which among the following statements are correct about the Turlau Lake? 1. They are found in limestone areas. 2. They are perennial lakes in the limestone areas. And 3. They are found in the Irish karst areas. Select the correct code from the options given below. The correct answer is option C, only 1 and 3. Karst landforms are formed due to dissolution of soluble rocks like limestone, dolomite, and gypsum. This might be like by heart for you by now, because for the past 3 or 4 questions we are seeing about the karst landforms. Now, what is Turlo? Turlo or Turlac is a type of disappearing lake that is found in the limestone areas. The word tur in Turlo means dry. These landforms are found in Irish karst areas. Next question, which among the following pairs of tectonic landforms are correctly matched? One is Rift Valley, linear lowland created by a tectonic rift or fault. Next is sand boil. It's a cone of sand formed by the ejection of sand onto a surface from a central point by water under pressure. Next is mid-ocean ridge, which is a landform created by the eruption of mud or slurries, water and gases. The correct answer is option B, only 1 and 2. The underwater mountain system formed by plate tectonic spreading is called as the mid-oceanic ridge. Now, the match that is given over here, the landform created by the eruption of mud or slurries of water and gases is actually the mud volcano. It's not the mid-ocean ridge. What is a mid-ocean ridge? It is a underwater mountain system that is formed by the plate tectonic spreading. Now, they are formed by plate tectonics due to the process of sea floor spreading. They are formed at the divergent plate boundaries. They are the longest mountain ranges in the world. Question 55. Which among the following is not an volcanic landform? Answer is option B, graben. Volcanic landforms are features that are associated with the volcanic processes. So, what is graben? Graben is a depressed block of planetary crust that is bordered by parallel faults. Graben is a German word for German word for a ditch or a trench. So, they occur side by side with the horse. It is a tectonic landform. So, graben is a landform and it is not an tectonic landform and not a volcanic landform. So, question 56. What is an isolated flat top underwater volcano mountain called? The answer is option A, Guyot. Guyot is an isolated flat topped underwater volcano mountain. You can very well see it in the picture. The right hand picture shows the Guyot. They are also called as the Table Mound, and they were first recognized by the Harry Hess in the year 1945. Now, how a guyot is formed? You can see other than guyot, like in the picture shown, we have seamount, volcanic island, and marine erosion. So, we'll first talk about the volcanic island. When the volcanoes form on the seafloor, they build up over the time and they erupt volcanic lava, which cools and becomes the basalt. Now, if the volcano does not reach the surface of the ocean, it is called a seamount. And when it grows in height and volume, and when it reaches to the ocean surface, it becomes an volcanic island. Example of an volcanic island can be the islands of Hawaii. Now, as soon as the volcano breaches the sea surface, the waves and the other factors like the wind, rainfall, and weathering, it will cause an erosion to the volcano. So, over time, what happens is that which will erode the flanks and tops of the structures that are formed as part of the volcanic eruption. So, the seamount, it get eroded, its flank and top get eroded, and eventually what happens is that it forms a flat shelf kind of a thing, which is called as guyot. So it doesn't, the seamount has a peak kind of a thing, or a peak shaped of peak shape, and the guyot is formed by the erosion of that peak of the seamount, and it gives a flat table like structure to the guyot. Next question, which among the following statement is correct about the super volcano? uh, I'm not reading the options loud. You can go through the options A, B, C, and D. Now let's see what is the answer. The correct answer is A. The A is the only option given in this question that is correct about a super volcano. So what is A? It is a volcano that has erupted 100 cubic kilometer in a single eruption. So volcano that has erupted 100 cubic kilometer in a single eruption is called as a super volcano. It is a large volcano that has an eruption volcanic explosivity index of 8. So an volcano that has an volcanic explosivity index of 8 is called as a super volcano, which can spread up to 1000 cubic kilometer. Next question, the Mahanadi river delta drains into which among the following water bodies? 1. Bay of Bengal, 2. Arabian Sea. Correct. Select the correct code. Answer is option A, only 1. The Mahanadi river delta drains a large landmass of Indian subcontinent into the Bay of Bengal. The climate in the area is primarily subtropical. Next question, the Superior Lake is bordered by which among the following countries? 1. United States, 2. Canada, 3. Russia. Select the correct code. The answer is option D, only 1 and 2. That is, Superior Lake is bordered by only United States and Canada. The Superior Lake is the largest of the Great Lakes by volume. It is bordered by US and Canada. It is the largest freshwater lake in the world by surface area. So, point to be noted, it is the largest freshwater lake in the world by surface area. The Lake Baikal is located in which among the following countries? The answer is option C, Russia. Lake Baikal in Russia is the deepest lake in the world. Please note it. It is the deepest lake in the world, and it is the largest volume freshwater lake in the world. Largest volume, that is it. That is the largest freshwater lake in terms of volume. The earlier question we saw the largest freshwater lake in terms of surface area, which is the Superior Lake. Now, in terms of volume, it is Lake Baikal, and it is in Russia, and it is a deepest lake in the world. So, the deepest and volume, it makes a sense. So, please correlate that while studying about it. Next question, the Awarua Plains is located in which among the following countries? Next, the answer is Option D, New Zealand. The Awarua Plain is a large wetland to the east of Bluff, New Zealand. It covers an area of 600 square kilometer. It is suitable for radio facilities due to low distance skylines, high ground conductivity, and distance from sources of radio interference. Question 62. Which is the most active volcano in Japan? The answer is option B, Sakurajima. Sakurajima. The Sakurajima is an active stratovolcano in Japan. It is the most active volcano in the Japan. Its summit has three peaks. The Kita Lake, that is the northern peak, Naka Lake, which is a central peak, and the Minami Lake, which is the southern peak, which is active now. Sakurajima is the active volcano in Japan with three peaks: Kita Lake, Naka Lake, and Minami Lake. Next question: the Great Basin Desert is located in which among the following countries? Answer is option D, United States. The Great Basin Desert is part of the Great Basin between the Sierra Nevada and the Wasatch Range. It is located in the states of Nevada, Utah, California, and Idaho and Oregon of USA. It is a temperate desert with hot, dry summers and snowy winters. Next question: which among the following is the important factors that affect the atmospheric temperature? 1. Cloud cover. 2. Distribution of land and sea. 3. Elevation. 4 is the aspect. Select the correct code from the options given below. The answer is option C. 1, 2, 3 and 4 means all the 4 factors affect the atmospheric temperature. The temperature of a place, it depends primarily on the amount of insolation received. The important factors which affects the atmospheric temperature are the cloud cover, the distribution of the land and sea, the elevation and the aspect. Next, at which among the following latitudes do doldrums lie? So the answer is option A, 10 degree north and 10 degree south latitudes. The equatorial low pressure belt lies between 10 degree north and 10 degree south latitudes. This belt is called as doldrums because they are extremely calm air movements. They have extremely calm air movements. This belt is the zone of convergence of trade winds from two hemispheres from subtropical high pressure belts. It is characterized by extremely low pressure with calm conditions. Question 66. In which among the following latitudes is the subpolar low pressure belt located? Answer is option A, 60 degree north and 60 degree south latitude. The subpolar low pressure belt lies in 60 degree to 65 degree latitude in both the hemisphere. It is a zone of convergence of warm and cold air masses and also known as temperate convergence zone. Which among the following statements is correct about fog and mist? 1. Fog contains more moisture than mist. 2. Fog is formed generally when warm and cold currents meet. 3. Fog is a cloud with its base at or very near to the ground. 4. Mist is formed frequently over the mountains when rising warm air up the slopes meet cold surfaces. Select the correct code from the options given below. The correct answer is option D, only 2, 3 and 4. So, when the temperature of an air mass containing large quantity of water vapor falls all of a sudden, condensation takes place on fine dust and smoke particles. This is called as fog. Fog is a cloud with its base at or very near to the ground. It is formed generally when warm and cold currents meet. What is mist now? Mist is formed frequently over the mountains when rising warm air up the slopes meet the cold surfaces. Mist contains more moisture than fog and each nuclei in mist contains thicker layer of moisture. Question 68. Which among the following statements is correct about snowfall? 1. It occurs when condensation takes place above freezing point. 2. Precipitation occurs in forms of fine flakes of snow. Select the correct code from the options given below. The answer is option B, only 2. Condensation of water vapor in air in form of water droplets or ice is called as precipitation. Precipitation occurs in form of snowfall, sleet, hail, rainfall. Snowfall is when the condensation takes place below freezing point. Precipitation occurs in form of fine flakes of snow. Question 69. Which among the following clouds are also called as rain clouds? So the answer is option A, nimbostratus. Nimbostratus clouds are low clouds. They are also known as rain clouds. They are dark, thick and accompanied by light to moderately falling precipitation. Which clouds bring continuous rainfall or snowfall that may continue for a very long duration? The answer is nimbostratus. Nimbostratus clouds are very low clouds and they are associated with the continuous rainfall or snowfall that may continue for a very long duration. Clouds are actually made up of very light water droplets or ice crystals. They can float in the air. When the warm air rises, swells and cools, it forms clouds. Many water droplets formed together scatter, reflect sunlight and you see a white cloud, but with a dark or a gray cloud, the sunlight is scattered in all directions instead of reflected. There are different types of clouds. Can be a cumulus cloud, a cirrus cloud, a stratus cloud or a nimbus cloud. So here we discussed about the nimbostratus, which is a very low lying cloud and it gives a rainfall for a long duration. Now the cirrus cloud, it is like a very thin wispy cloud that is seen high in the sky. They are thin because they are made up of ice crystals instead of water droplets. And the usually if you see a cirrus cloud, it means that it's going to be a nice day. And what is a cumulus cloud? It is a type of a puffy cloud that are usually scattered throughout the sky. The word cumulus itself say it is a pile. It means like a pile. So it is just like a scattered up in the sky. This type of cloud is formed when warm air rises carrying water vapor with it by evaporation. And the cumulus clouds can be white or gray, but it means no rain, but when they form into dark or gray clouds, it means that it's going to rain. Now the what is stratus cloud? It looks like a huge thick blanket covering the sky. These clouds are a sure sign of rain if it is if it is warm, and snow if it is a cold area. The stratus clouds are near to the ground and they form fog. These clouds form when the weather has been cold and warmer moist air blows in. The amount of moisture in the air and the difference between the warm and the cold air determine how thick the cloud or the fog formed will be. So the next form of cloud is nimbostratus that we already discussed. It is a low lying cloud and which is associated with a very long duration of rainfall or snowfall depending upon the region. Now, for the next question, where do tropical cyclones originate? 1 over the sea, 2 over the land. Select the correct code from the options given below. The answer is option A, only 1. Continuous supply of moisture from the sea is the major driving force behind every cyclone. So, on reaching the land, the moisture supply is cut off and the storm dissipates. So, the tropical cyclones originate over the sea. That is the correct option. Which ocean separates the old world from the new world? The answer is option B, Atlantic. The Atlantic Ocean is the second largest ocean in the world. It covers approximately around 20% of Earth's surface, 20% of Earth's surface, and 29% of its water surface area. It separates the old world from the new world. The Atlantic Ocean is the busiest ocean in terms of trade and commerce. So it is very important in terms of trade and commerce. The Atlantic Ocean separates the old world from the new world. It has another point also, like it is the second largest ocean in the world. Next question, which is the widest continental shelf in the world? Answer is the Siberian Shelf. Option B, Siberian Shelf is the correct answer. The continental shelf is an extended margin of each continent occupied by relatively shallow seas and gulfs. The shelves are wider where the coastlands are wide plains. Example, the Siberian Shelf in the Arctic Ocean, the largest in the world, stretches to about 1500 km in width. Which among the following areas are the deepest parts of ocean? The answer is trenches. Trenches are the deepest parts of the ocean. The trenches are relatively long, steep-sided, narrow basins or depressions. These areas are the deepest parts of the oceans. The greatest known ocean deep, the Mariana Trench, which is nearly 36,000 feet deep, is found near the Guam Island in the Pacific Ocean. 75th question. Which among the following statements is correct about salinity of ocean water? 1. Salinity increases from equator towards the tropics of Cancer and Capricorn. 2. Low salinity is found in front of river mouths. Select the correct quote from the options given below. The answer is option C, both 1 and 2. On an average, the salinity increases from the equator towards the pole. The highest salinity is not recorded near the equator. The high temperature and the evaporation but rainfall, it reduces the salinity. Hence, it records only 35% salinity. Low salinity is found in front of river mouths like the Amazon, Niger, Rhine, St. Lawrence, etc. Next question. Which among the following statement is correct about waves? 1. Waves are nothing but the oscillatory movements that result in the rise and fall of water surfaces. And second statement, they are a vertical movement of water and are different from movements of ocean water caused by meteorological effects like the winds and atmospheric pressure changes. Select the correct quote from the options given below. The answer is option A, only one. Waves are nothing but oscillatory movements that results in the rise and fall of water surface. So wave is kind of a horizontal movement of the ocean water. The waves and ocean currents are horizontal movements of ocean water, while the tide is a kind of vertical movement of the ocean water. Next question. What is the period between high tide and low tide called? Period between high tide and low tide called? The answer is option A, ebb tide. Ebb tide is the answer for that. It is a receding or also called as the outgoing tide. Receding tide or outgoing tide. It is a period between the high tide and the low tide, during which the water flows away from the shore. What is the position where the earth is farthest from the sun called? So, farthest from the sun. Answer is option C, aphelion. It is the position where earth is farthest from the sun, and it happens around July 4th. The tidal ranges are much less than the average during this period. And now we have seen in this session itself what is the position where earth is closest to the sun called. It is called perihelion, and it occurs in January 4th. Just a reminder, it occurs in January 4th, perihelion, the closest position of Earth from Sun. Which among the following are cold ocean currents in the Pacific Ocean? The options are Kuroshio current, second is Humboldt current, third is Oyashio current, fourth is California current. Select the correct code from the options given below. Answer is option B, only 2, 3 and 4. They are the cold ocean currents in the Pacific Ocean. So what is the Kuroshio current? It is actually the warm ocean current in the Pacific Ocean. So the list of warm ocean currents in Pacific Ocean are the North Equatorial Current, the South Equatorial Current, the Counter Equatorial Current, Kuroshio Current, East Australia Current and the North Pacific Drift. Next, the cold ocean currents in Pacific Ocean has Oyashio current, California current, Peruvian current, or called as the Humboldt current. So, what is this warm ocean current and cold ocean currents? So, the ocean currents are basically categorized into two, warm and cold currents. The cold currents can be called as currents that are moving towards the equator. These waters are colder than the water they are moving into, and a warm current is something that is moving away from the equator, that is towards the poles, So that is the warm ocean current and the cold ocean current. Which among the following is not a specific ocean current? The answer to this question is option A, Benguela current. The Benguela current is a cold ocean current in the Atlantic Ocean. The Oyashio current, that is a cold ocean current. California current is also a cold ocean current, and Humboldt current is also a cold ocean current that occur in the Pacific Ocean. Next question, which among the following statements are correct about the taiga biome? 1. Taiga is the largest land biome and makes up of about 29% of the world's forest cover. 2. The boreal forest occurs between 50 and 60 degrees of the north latitudes. 3. Taiga is found in the northern parts of North America, Europe and Asia. Select the correct code from the options given below. The answer is option D, 1, 2 and 3. The taiga is the largest land biome and it makes up to about 29% of the world's forest cover. A large part of this biome is located in Russia and Canada. The boreal forest occurs between 50 and 60 degrees of north latitudes. Taiga is found in the northern parts of North America, Europe and Asia. A large part of this biome is located in Russia and Canada. So, taiga is called as the largest land biome. It is the largest land biome. What is the difference in size or appearance between the sexes of an animal species called? So the answer is option B, sexual dimorphism. Evolution involves the gradual changes from simple to more complex forms. Humans are believed to be developed from simpler forms. So sexual dimorphism is a difference in size or appearance between the sexes of an animal species. What defines the number of daughters who would be born to a woman according to current age-specific fertility and mortality rates? The answer is option A, net reproduction rate. So, it is the number of daughters who would be born to a woman according to the current age-specific fertility and mortality rates, and the gross reproduction rate, that is the number of daughters who would be born to a woman completing her reproductive life at current age-specific fertility rates. Next question, which among the following is the correct definition of literacy in India? Please go through the options A, B, C and D. I'll say the correct option. The correct answer is option B, any person above the age of 7 years who can read and write in any language is treated as literate. So option B is the correct answer. Any person above the age of 7 years who can read and write is called literate. And any person above the age of 7 like who can read and write is called as literate. And according to the census of 2011, the ratio of literacy in India was 74.04 percentage. Male rate of literacy was 82.1 percentage, and the female rate of literacy was 65.46 percentage. The highest literacy rate was ranked to the Kerala. It had 93.91 percentage, and in Bihar the literacy rate was just 63.82 percentage. Next question, which among the following statement is correct depending on the distribution of population? 1. Temperature and rainfall are the climatic elements having the most profound impact on population distribution. 2. Areas of rugged terrain have always had a lower density of population. The swamps and marshes are examples of areas with a high density of population. Select the correct code from the options given below. Answer is option C, only 1 and 2. A variety of factors has been responsible for the uneven distribution of population in the world. Areas of rugged terrain have always had a lower density of population, and the valleys and lowlands with the near level surface have been the chief areas of attraction where you can find large populations in the earliest times. The areas suffering from a poor drainage conditions do not attract large populations. That means the swamps and the marshes are examples of areas where you can find a low density of population because the drainage conditions are very poor over there. Okay, so the most of the population can be you can see it is concentrated near to the valley and the lowland areas where things you can have a better standard of living or better lives. The rugged terrains and the marshy areas or the swamps doesn't attract much population. What refers to the change in number of inhabitants of a territory during a specific period of time? The answer is option C, population growth. The population growth or the population change refers to the change in number of inhabitants of a territory or a region during a specific period of time. This change can be positive or a negative, and it is expressed in terms of absolute numbers or in terms of percentage. What is used for making chewing gums and is a product obtained from the sap of the sapote tree? So the answer to this question is option C, chicle. Gums and resins from one group of plant products obtained from forest. Chicle is used for making chewing gums, and it is a product obtained from the sap of a sapote tree growing in the tropical rainforest from southern Mexico and British Honduras to Brazil. What is the forest activity involving the production of timber called? That's the next question. What is the forest activity involving the production of timber called? Answer is option C, lumbering. Production of timber is the most important forestry activity in terms of economic value. Often called as lumbering, this activity is as widespread as gathering and extracting industries in forest. The lumbering takes on various forms in different areas depending upon the character of the forest, the relief of the land, and other environmental factors. Next question, which among the following species of timber has a large oil content making it more durable? The answer is option B, teak. Teak is the important tropical hardwood. Teak wood has a large oil content making it more durable. The oil acts as a natural preservative in humid environments. teakwood finds in application in the construction activity. Next question, which among the following statements are correct about the kharif crops? 1. Its sowing season is from October to December. 2. The harvesting season is from February to April. 3. Jowar, bajra, rice, maize, cotton, groundnut, jute, sugarcane, etc. are the important crops. Select the correct word from the options given below. The answer is option B, only 3. The Kharif season, it is from the sowing season is from May to July, and its harvesting season is from September to October. The important crops are jowar, bajra, rice, maize, cotton, groundnut, jute, sugarcane, etc. So that is the Kharif season. Now, next question. Which among the following statement is correct about the tropical woods? 1. They are heavy. 2. Most tropical woods are hard. 3. The balsa wood is among the lightest in weight and finds application in making boats and canoes. Select the correct word from the option given below. The answer is option D, 1, 2 and 3. Most tropical woods are hard. They are also heavy. Some of the tropical woods are too heavy to float in water. They are very tough to work on, and due to this, many tropical countries import wood from the middle latitudes for construction and related uses, even though they are surplus in timber production. The balsa wood is an exception. This tropical wood is among the lightest in weight, and it's mainly used for making boats and the canoes. Next question, which among the following statements is correct about the livestock ranching? 1. The most important areas of livestock ranching are those supporting the natural vegetation comprising grasslands and desert scrub types. 2. All the 5 major ranching areas suffer from general aridity of climates. The answer is option C, both 1 and 2. Most of the commercial grazing occurs in dry regions. So, all the 5 major ranching areas suffer from a general aridity of climate. The most important areas of livestock ranching, therefore, are those supporting the natural vegetation comprising the grasslands and the desert scrub types. Next question, what is the local area around a city supplying fluid milk to it called? So the answer is option D, milk shed. Dairy farming is a highly specialized activity that is require more labor than crop farming. Unlike crop farming, there is no off season for a part of a year in terms of dairy farming. A milk shed is a local area around a city that is supplying fluid milk to the city. Which cheese from southern France is made from sheep milk and cured in limestone caves? The answer is option B, Roquefort. Ireland and northern France are well known for their excellent butter. The highlands of southern France are famous for their quality cheese. A cheese from southern France, Roquefort, is made from sheep milk and it is cured in limestone caves. Where did the earliest plantation came up? So next question, where did the earliest plantation came up? Answer is option A, island of Guinea, coast of Africa. The earliest plantations date back to the 15th century establishments of the island of Guinea, coast of Africa. The system was carried from here to northern Brazil by the Portuguese to produce sugarcane. So the answer is option A, the island of Guinea, coast of Africa, where was the place where the earliest plantation came up. Next question, which country is the only major exporter of raw silk in Europe? The answer is option D, Italy. Option D, Italy is the correct answer. The sericulture refers to rearing of silkworms and obtaining silk from them. Presently, sericulture is almost confined to Eastern Asia and Southern Europe. Italy is the only major export of raw silk in Europe. Next question, from which mineral is the metal aluminium obtained from? Answer is option C, bauxite. The metal aluminium is obtained from bauxite. Bauxite is first converted into alumina, and then alumina is further processed to get the final metal called aluminium. Bauxite occurs widely in clay deposits, but not all deposits are economically workable. Next question, which among the following countries are leading producers of tin? 1. China, 2. Peru, 3. Brazil. Select the correct code from the options given below. The answer to the question is option D, 1, 2 and 3. Tin is one of the most important metals that are used for making alloys. The alluvial deposits in the Southeast Asia region are the most important source of this metal. The world's leading producers of tin are China, Indonesia, Peru, Brazil, Malaysia and Bolivia. Next question, which country is the largest consumer of silk goods? The answer to the question is option B, US. The silk industry has developed in countries with a high level of technological development and the regions where skilled manpower is available. The US is the largest consumer of silk goods, and the UK is the second consumer of silk goods. Next question 100, our last question. Where was the first cement factory established in India? The answer is option B, Madras. The word cement means Portland cement that has brought about a revolution in building and other construction work. In India, the cement industry made a beginning with the establishment of its first factory in Madras, and this happened in the year 1904. So thank you friends, thank you for being with me in this session of world geography. I hope the information will help you for the preparation of the UPSC examination, and world geography is an important topic considering the CSE exams. Now, if you like this video, please do share it to your friends and subscribe to the channel Defense IAS Academy. Thank you.